Oh my god. This is insane. Look, she's going. Welcome to the Serengeti in Tanzania, one of the best places on the planet to try to catch a glimpse of Africa's apex predators. Or so I'm told. We've been in the Serengeti for 24 hours and have so far witnessed the wonder that is the Great Wildebeest Migration, where millions of wildebeest risk their lives crossing the crocodile-infested Mara River in order to reach greener pastures. The Great Migration no doubt blew my mind, but we have yet to see any of the Serengeti's predators. I'm hoping that within my final 24 hours in the Serengeti, they will finally reveal themselves to me. As we journey from the northern Serengeti plains to the apparently predator-dense centre, I am feeling nervous. This is our 4th day on safari in Tanzania, and so far we have only caught the tiniest glimpse of lions. Based on our track record, seeing all 4 species during our final 24 hours on safari is a big ask. But I'm prepared to try anyway. Joining me on this adventure is my partner Lewis and our guides Violet and Sam. Movement from the side of the road catches our attention. This is a leopard tortoise. Not quite a large predator, but I'm absolutely delighted to see this little guy all the same. We soon encounter this majestic giraffe, feeding right by the roadside. We quickly discover that it's not alone. There's a whole family of giraffes. Wow. And they're crossing the road right in front of us. This is a truly magical sighting, but we can't stay too long. Evening is fast approaching, meaning our time on safari today is almost running out. We briefly stop to stretch our legs beside this hippo pool. I don't think I've ever seen so many hippos in one place. Hippos like to keep cool in the water during the daytime before leaving the water to graze at night when it's cooler. This pod can sense that night will soon be here, and so are getting pretty rowdy in anticipation for the nighttime wonders. As we get back in the car, I find myself accepting that maybe a sighting of a large predator on this safari simply isn't meant to be. We pass this dik-dik and this group of impalas before Sam starts to speed up. He must have heard something on the radio about a potential sighting. I find myself holding my breath in anticipation. I can't believe it. In front of us is a beautiful male lion. This is exactly what we've been hoping for. It took me a while before I realised that this male lion wasn't alone. Just a stone throw away from the road were 2 more lions, lazing contentedly in the cooling evening. Our guides tell us that this couple is honeymooning, and we're about to find out what that means.
Oh wait, look. Oh my god. You might mate. I think they will.
A couple of seconds later, they're ready to sleep once more. For around a week, these lions will mate roughly every 15 minutes, and during this time, there's no time for any hunting. As we leave the lovebirds in peace and journey onwards through the savannah, my heart feels full with happiness. I never would have imagined that it was possible for our safari to get even better. I was about to be proven wrong. I cannot believe it. We've stumbled across a pair of cheetahs feasting on a recently killed wildebeest calf. Cheetahs are my absolute favourite animal, so to see this, well, I'm quite frankly speechless. I'm absolutely blown away by what we have seen this evening, but believe it or not, it's not over yet. We notice something moving in the lower branches of an acacia tree. It's a lioness. This is an extremely special sighting. Lions don't typically climb trees due to their hefty build. The behaviour has only been documented in very few locations across Africa. I feel like pinching myself. Lightning flashes in the distance, telling us it's time to head back to our tented camp.
It's been a really long day. We literally only just arrived back here at 7:30, which is when dinner's served, so just in time. Can't believe all the sightings we saw. We set off at 7:30 and we got back at 7:30, so that was 12 hours, which is pretty insane.
Good morning, it's 6:30. I've just got out of the tent and look, the sun is just rising. Yesterday, we saw 2 of the 4 major predators. Today, as I hop into the safari truck for our day's adventure, I'm hoping to see the other 2, hyenas and leopards. We're not long into our safari when we strike lucky. Hyenas. Hyenas have an unfair reputation for being cowardly scavengers. In fact, they're one of the savannah's most successful hunters and are more likely to have their kills stolen by lions rather than the other way around. Additionally, hyenas have very sophisticated family structures. Here we have a high-ranking female hyena sharing a tender moment with a cub. Watching them interact like this feels rather magical. The third hyena is a lower-ranking member of the family, who has just overstepped the mark. The higher-ranking female is about to show them who's boss. As well as skulking lower to the ground, hyenas lift their legs like this as a show of submission. Now that balance has been restored, the high-ranking female can go back to tenderly grooming the young cub. The early morning appears to be hyena o'clock. We've barely driven when we encounter this hyena who is trying to keep cool in the mud. We then come across another group of hyenas, consisting of a female who is carefully grooming other members of the clan. The Serengeti was about to blow our minds. Lazing peacefully on the banks of a stream are an entire pride of lions. I counted 7 lion cubs of various ages relaxing in the grass. Their mothers are sleeping nearby in the bushes. The 2 older cubs in the pride are males, their manes just starting to grow. Lions are the only species of cat that live in groups like this. The cubs will have different mothers, but the lionesses in the pride treat all cubs equally and share mothering duties. The lionesses will take care of these cubs until they are 2 to 3 years old. The males will then be kicked out of the pride, forced to find a pride of their own, whilst the females will typically stay with their birth pride for life. For now though, these cubs can relax, knowing their mothers are taking good care of them. We're lucky so far to have had this special sighting to ourselves, apart from one other vehicle. As the sun climbs higher in the sky, the cubs start to get restless. One by one, they gradually start to move, seeking shelter from the sun. We notice a commotion in the sky, just a few hundred yards away from the sleeping lions. An elephant carcass has attracted the attention of countless vultures and marabou storks, nature's cleanup crew. Judging by how little is left, it's likely the elephant died several days ago. Our adventures take us deeper into the savannah, where we soon encounter this coalition of 3 majestic male lions. These 3 males are likely brothers. When male lions are kicked out of their pride, they typically band together, forming what's known as a coalition. They will then roam the plains, searching for a pride to take over for themselves. The bond between lion brothers is strong, and I'm moved by this display of affection, a behaviour that reminds me so much of house cats. This Serengeti safari was exceeding all of my expectations. But would you believe the best is yet to come? We wouldn't have seen nearly as much wildlife as this if we hadn't had a superb guide with us. Picking the right tour operator to organise your safari is absolutely crucial, and I want to help you make the perfect choice. If you'd like to receive a free, no-obligation quotation from the very tour operators that I've used to organise my safaris and who I highly recommend, click the link in the video description and pin comment. Sam's keen eyesight has spotted something unusual in this tree. Can you spot it? This thing hanging down from the tree is in fact the tail of a lion cub. The cub looks uncomfortable, casting this elephant herd that's gradually moving towards it with some wary glances. Lions will kill elephant calves given the opportunity, and so, in return, elephants don't hesitate to trample lions. Luckily for the lion cub, the elephants change direction and move off, just before Mum, who was sleeping beneath the tree, was forced to intervene. Things are about to get interesting. We stumble across a lone lioness who is surveying a zebra herd with great interest. Unlike the lions we have seen so far today, she is completely alert, focused on satisfying her growing hunger. Concealed by the long grass, the zebras are completely unaware of her presence. She starts to stalk forwards, keeping a low profile. I notice that her stomach is swollen with cubs. This lioness isn't just hunting for herself, but for her unborn cubs as well. Using this vehicle as a cover, she surveys the herd and picks out a target. Now the hunt is on. She keeps her body low to the ground and, before I know it, she has completely disappeared.
Can you see her, Violet?
She cannot expose herself as zebras we see.
She moves as quietly as possible, careful not to make a sound, otherwise her cover would be blown. Lions are ambush predators, meaning they like to get as close to their prey as possible before striking. More than 80% of hunts end in failure. The success rate increases by 10% when lions hunt as a group, but this simply isn't an option for this lioness. Being so close to giving birth, she is forced to live away from the rest of the pride. She'll have to try again later. The survival of her cubs depends on her catching a meal soon. For now, she slinks off into the bushes to rest. We briefly pause on safari to have a quick lunch.
That looks nice.
Whilst eating, we find ourselves surrounded by these friendly mongooses. It's not long before we set off once more. We have seen 3 of the 4 major predators, but the final one seems to be eluding us. Almost as soon as we set off, we spot a commotion of vehicles. I have never seen so many cars in one place, so this must be a good sighting. I cannot believe it. Resting comfortably on the sturdy branch of an acacia tree is a leopard cub.
Which is really special because they're really hard to see.
I feel overwhelmed with joy. Leopards are by far the rarest of the Serengeti's major predators to encounter. In fact, they're so elusive that seeing one is always considered a stroke of good fortune. We're about to get even luckier. We spot movement in the next tree.
Oh wait, I can see it, I can see it.
It's another leopard, the mother of this leopard cub. We continue our adventure, passing yet another lion, before stumbling upon, I can't quite believe it, another leopard? Leopards are nocturnal predators. This means they're typically inactive during the day, opting to rest in the safety of the trees like this. The Serengeti has gifted us with more wildlife sightings than I ever could have imagined. But our safari isn't over yet. This incredible wilderness still has a couple of surprises in store for us. Elephants. The Serengeti's giants are feeding right by the roadside. This herd has a number of adorable baby elephants with them. I find myself unable to wipe the smile off my face as I watch them frolic about. I hold my breath as one of the larger elephants in the group walks right past our vehicle. Things get a little tense as a newcomer arrives. It's a big bull elephant and he doesn't seem to be in the best mood. Barging into one of the females before intimidating another. Things soon de-escalate and we continue our journey, ready for the grand finale of our safari. This small antelope is a Kilpspringer, one of the rarest antelopes to spot in the Serengeti. It makes a sudden dash for cover, and I soon see why. Strolling proudly across the plains is a female cheetah. She's calling, most likely to her cubs, who she must have left for a period of time, perhaps to go hunting. Seeing a cheetah so close like this is nothing short of awe-inspiring. She slinks into the long grass, her coat perfectly camouflaged against the yellow stalks, and continues her search. A termite mound provides the perfect vantage point for her to survey the savannah. She looks utterly majestic, providing a magical end to our safari. Our safari today has absolutely blown me away, but the Serengeti offers you much more than the opportunity to see big cats. Another sighting that you simply cannot miss is the great wildebeest migration, particularly the river crossing. Click here to view my video on this spectacular event.